Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Flòralyn, and in this video I will show you 5 things that I use to organize my day as a music artist. So before we dive in, I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm a singer-songwriter, harp player and a music producer, currently making my first full-length album. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe and please click the notification button so you can always be informed when there is a new video. I basically post a new video every Tuesday. It's called TuneIN Tuesday. It's either a cover or a vlog or a video like this one. You can always request things that you want to watch. Basically a great way for you to follow my creative process, my original music and my cover interpretations. If you're not new to my channel, don't forget that you can also support me on my Patreon page. Find lots of exclusive content which you'll find nowhere else. Watch these videos earlier than anybody else and get VIP tickets for my monthly shows, which are happening always on the last Saturday of the month. Currently happening only online because we're in lockdown. Okay, let's dive straight into it. I think that this video will be most useful for creatives because our schedules change depending on if we are in a creative period, if we are promoting something that we've already created, or if we're touring. Thank you to my friend Toby Williams who requested this video. He's part of a band in Thailand. This is a great idea for a video because it may be useful for other creatives as well. Personally, I'm not perfect in my scheduling, but I have really found some interesting bits that really help me to organize my days because I try to be as productive as possible, and I genuinely don't have a day when I'm not actually doing work, at least a little bit, because I just do what I love to do. I do music full time. Okay, let's start with number 1. I can't live without my notebook. I got this one at Raymond in London. It's crashed a little bit. In the form of a diary. So 2020 and 2021. This notebook I use with a color pen. Wait, I'll show you. Here we go. So this is how a day would look. In red color are the things that I haven't managed to complete successfully that day, and those in green color are those that I've managed to complete successfully. So what I would do is I would write down the day before, either the day before or in the morning when I wake up, the things that have to be done on that day. If I've got any meetings, obviously they come in here as well. You probably saw quite a few bits that are too many. I don't do my schedule the same way anymore. It has changed now to this, you know, a bit less, and see everything is green. And that leads me to my second point. So I had a meeting with this lady. She's called Lo and she teaches confidence and style. She gave me a really great idea. I went to Lo and said, I have this thing that I do too many things in a day and I still don't feel productive. And she said, what is your priority? And do you actually complete that priority in the day? And that's when I realized that my priority is music. But I was procrastinating on something there. And it was because I had some kind of fear of failure. Because I thought, for some reason, I believe that I failed in the past with something. And I really haven't. It's just my perception of what I believed was success, and because I didn't reach that point, I thought that I failed. So I've started procrastinating on it each day. I know I have to sit down to produce or practice, but I would start doing other things and then leave that last, and I would either not complete it or just not do it that day and just keep moving it forward. And she really made me think, so I had to do a lot of internal work to fix that. and find out why that was happening. So as I already said, I had this fear and I had to get rid of it and just keep going. The second point is related to the priority of the day. Before, I never had a priority. I was putting everything as equal, but really it's not, because you could do 10 things and them not be related to your purpose at all, and of course you won't feel productive. It's like going to a job that doesn't actually make you feel happy and satisfied, and you go back home and you feel like, why am I doing this? So that's how I was feeling. And then as soon as I realized that, I would put on my schedule that one thing. If I showed you a page with client work, but I'll explain that in a bit. But usually if I'm doing production, I'll show you what. It's like songwriting retreat, and that was my whole day, and I felt so productive and satisfied, and that makes me so productive and satisfied. So now, as soon as I wake up and after I do my morning routine, which I'll speak about in a little bit, I would sit down and start producing and be working on my album. Okay, that leads me to point 3. Currently in my life, I'm concentrating on 3 things. One is my first full-length music album. I have had releases before, but this is the first full-length album that I'm doing, and it's fully produced by me. Second thing is my YouTube channel. Okay, both of those things currently don't really make me money, but give me satisfaction because this is what I want to do and what I want to make my living with. And then the third thing, I'm basically running a company. It's a brand called Enlightenment. There I do holistic vocal coaching and I do astrology readings. This is something that I do only on Wednesdays and Fridays when I meet clients. So all of those clients will be scheduled in the notebook. And then I also schedule them, I'll explain in a little bit in point 4. There's something else that I do with that to organize it better. In regards to production, I'll be doing production bits every day. Have at least a couple of days in the week when I'm just producing, but that also depends on my schedule with YouTube. So YouTube can take quite a bit of time. Depends if I'm making a cover or if I'm doing a vlog or if I'm doing something like this right now. If it's a cover, it takes a bit longer because obviously I have to learn the song, I have to practice it and then record it, mix it, master it, edit it, and all of those things. So that takes time. That could take up to 3 days basically. I usually film either on a Thursday or a Saturday and then edit on a Sunday and Monday, finishing things off so it's ready for Tuesday. And I always try to complete things by Monday the latest when it comes to YouTube, so that it's posted on patrons and patrons can see it first. That is how the cycle works. Yeah, so I'll be doing the album in the rest of the time. With my clients' work, it usually starts pretty late on Wednesdays and Fridays, which means that if I'm not doing any admin stuff in the mornings of those days, which are usually related with that, or with my music manager, that means I'll still be doing production. So that's pretty much it. I'm trying to keep a balance of making like a couple of covers a month, so then I have more time for production instead of always concentrating every week on making covers, because it really takes a lot of my time. I love making interpretations on the harp, but the arrangement takes time. If you listen to my other videos, you'll see that they're quite different to anything else you may have heard before. So yeah. Okay, so let's move to point 4. I tried to mention it earlier but a few times. So when it comes to my clients' work or any Zoom meetings or even shows, I use Zoom. And Zoom has this cool thing where if you schedule a meeting, it goes straight to the iCalendar, and because I have an Apple phone and MacBook, it shows on both. And if I'm already in one meeting and I have to go straight for another meeting after that, it will show me like, okay, you have this meeting in 10 minutes. So great, okay, I'll jump on it. And then number 5 is my morning routine. So there are loads of videos when it comes to morning routine on YouTube. And I used to follow some of them, but honestly, it's too much. I used to pray every morning and meditate and really spend some time doing diary and all of those things. But it was taking me so long to the point where I was like, oh, come on, I just want to get on with the day. So that's not really healthy. Oh, also, before I used to add sport as well. So can you imagine, like, okay, having a prayer for like 15 minutes, then diary is another 15 minutes, then half an hour, I don't know, doing meditation, something else, and then yoga, and that would take up to 2 hours or 3 even, and like a long time. So what I started doing instead was I started this challenge for walking every day, and it would take me about an hour, and in that hour I would do all of those things, because I meditate whilst I walk. I would pray if I sit down and just stare at the mountain. I would do all of those things at once, and it would make me so much better, and it will make me fit at the same time. So I started losing weight in a good way. You maybe can't see it. It's just because I wasn't going out as much and I was retaining water in my body. I stopped like eating nuts. I loved cashew and stuff, but that's not a theme for another time. That morning routine really changed a lot for me because it moves the energy for me up. As soon as I come back, I'll do my breakfast, sit down and go straight into production. And yeah, it makes me feel really good. Well, that's it. So yeah, the 5 things that help me organize my days. Please let me know if you found this video useful, and comment below if you want to request any more videos. If you have anything interesting that you do in your schedules to organize your creative process, please comment below. I would love to read it, and so you can share it with everyone else as well. Also, feel free to share this video with a friend of yours that is also creative. And yeah, obviously our schedules as musicians or creatives change when we go for tour. Right now I'm not really talking about it because we're still in lockdown, but I could do another video about that next time or another time when we start touring. Don't forget to subscribe and the notification button. Also, recently I've been receiving some requests for what kind of setup I use at home for making my videos. I'll link those below to Amazon, so you could purchase them if you need them, if you want to make a YouTube channel or any videos for anything. Don't forget that you can support me, especially now as you now know how much time I actually spend on working on YouTube and creating my album. Patreon, it's such a great platform for supporting artists, so I'd really appreciate you guys joining my community. It gives you so many perks, and we can stay in touch so much better. We can have some discussions there. You'll receive those videos first, so you can watch them before anyone else. And some exclusive content, especially right now whilst I'm building my album. I share a lot of my personal experience and the things I'm going through whilst I'm making it, and I think a lot of you might find it quite interesting. Also, don't forget about the monthly shows. We've got a lot of banter there, so much fun. I crack a lot of jokes on those shows, and I play music that has not been released yet, so it's pretty exciting. We have loads of fun. They're always happening on Zoom, at least for now, every last Saturday of the month. Okay, well, I'll see you next Tuesday on the next video.